Sepa, who is depicted as a giant centipede and is thus referred to in ancient Kemetic literature as simply the centipede god or the great centipede. Now, this deity enjoyed an important and large cult at Karaha, which eventually would yield its name to the modern city of Cairo. Now, in this facility, there was an ancient sanctuary that was dedicated to this deity, known as the House of Sepa, which is one of the sites of the deity Osiris, or the cult of Osiris, as these two cults of Osiris and Sepa were closely intertwined in that region between Karaha and Heliopolis, and they were united in several ceremonies. Now, at the root of Sepa's worship, he is tied with the spiritual source of the Nile, or the Nile's Indonesian. And obviously this was very important for a river civilization. And there was an annual ritual which was called the New Water of Sepa, which was involved with breaching the waterwork dams that naturally exist and flooding the canals with life-giving waters. Now, this was a frequent procession every year from Heliopolis to Caria, and this was said to be the festival of accompanying Sepa to Caria on his day. Now, this is important because it also involves reference to Horus in Edfu, where he is said to be he who brought Sepa to Caria in his bark. Now, obviously, this procession is linked to the annual flooding, but in spells 31 and 69 in the Book of Coming Forth by Day, Anubis also plays a role in this association with the Day of Sepa, meaning that he has an underworld ritual that again reinvigorates life. Now, under this auspice, this is also seen as Ausarian rites, and so his connection with Ausar is even greater. It is said in Book of Coming Forth Day spell 17 that there were 7 spirits or blessed ones who were stationed by Anubis as the protectors of the coffin of Osiris or Ausar. Now, these 7 spirits were said to be the retinue of Lord Sepa, meaning these were his minions or under his command who gathered to protect Osiris or Ausar in the underworld. There's also a mention in the coffin text of the mansions of Sepa, and in which a light has been kindled against the Furious One, who rebelled against Re and threatened the solar bark every night. Now, this reference to the Furious One is seen as being Apep, or the Apep snakes. And again, Sepa's association with rituals against Apep would provide a paradigm for spells against snakes in general when one was traveling on the road. If you were traveling on the road and you needed protection, the traveler would cast a spell by saying, "He is Sepa. He is on his way to Heliopolis." And this metaphorical reference to Sepa's procession route would provide protection against snakes. As he was protected from Apep, so would the traveler be protected from any snakes that may manifest. Now, also, this procession is called the Road of Sepa, meaning to Heliopolis, and it's mentioned on the victory stela of King Pirate, who is said to have traveled this road, being attacked by his enemies, but he was protected by the spirit of the Nectars. That was his salvation. Now, furthermore, we go on to hear more about Sepa, and a lot of times the pyramid text will refer to the spellcaster as Sepa, or I have as many legs as Sepa, meaning one's endurance, or in that reference, their capabilities of getting through their arduous tasks. Now, there are several references to this deity, but he is continually linked to both the world of the above, providing water through the inundation of the river, but also providing spiritual guidance and protection in his role in the underworld. A very powerful deity that we will learn more about. If you have more to add to this particular piece, please, as always, do so in the comment section. And if you enjoy these pieces on mythology, hit that like and subscribe, and be sure to share with your friends.